Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to start something that I think is going to be a lot of fun. You've all seen all these incredible amount of mini flashes that have been coming out, and the good news is I have most all of them. So we're going to do a test. We're going to see which one of these little mini flashes will put out the most power. So for round one, which will be today, we're going to try the Godox IM20, the Godox IM22, the Godox IM30, and the Neewer Z160. I'm going to put them all on full power. We're going to test the flash meter and see which one puts out the most light. So, obviously you would think the smaller one, like the IM20, will not put out as much as the Z160, but we won't know until we find out for sure. Then our next challenge, we're going to jump into 4 other flashes. We're going to do these 4 today and these 4 next time. We've got the Neewer Z150, the Zeniko ZF04, the Godox IA32, and then the very, very popular Godox IT30. This is the one that is also works as like the X3 as a trigger. So this is a multiple. This does flash and it does trigger, but we're going to put it in the contest because they call it a mini flash also. So for today, we'll take these 4 flashes. We're going to go to the studio. We're going to fire them off from the same distance into the flash meter to see which one puts off the most power. I'll take the one that wins out of it. We'll do the other 4 another day. We'll take the winner out of it, and eventually we'll have the top 2 head to head to see which one is the most powerful, which one gives us the most bang for our buck. So I just thought this would be fun. We got all these flashes and I thought, well, this would kind of be a neat idea because a lot of you guys use a lot of these flashes. Some of them are not much bigger than the ones that just pop up in your camera, and some of them are quite a bit bigger. So I think it'll be an interesting, fun thing to do. So let's get started. We'll head up to the studio and give this a shot. So our first test will be the Godox IM20 set to full power. We have 125 shutter speed, ISO 100. So let's see what we get on it. Got exactly 5.6.0. So let's move on to our next flash. We will go to the IM22. You see a picture of it. Same thing, full power. F4. So the other one was actually a little stronger. It's 4.0 and 8/10, so it's 2/10 of a stop less, so not a whole lot less. But nonetheless, it is less. So after the Godox IM22, we will jump over to the Godox IM30. Now this is really a favorite flash among a lot of people. A lot of people like this flash, say it's a lot of bang for the buck, so I have a lot of hope for this flash. And it is set on full power. So the Godox IM30 full power. Yep, f8.09. So that one is by far the strongest so far. A lot of people have said a lot of good things about this IM30, so I kind of had a feeling it might do pretty well. Now this next one, the Neewer Z160, this one is a lot bigger than these other 3 little Godox. So I expect this flash to have a lot of output. Much more heft to it, much bigger, weighs much more. So we will see what it does. We'll go full power. Reset the meter. 8.09 is our goal to beat so far. That was set by the IM30. And here's the flash on the Neewer Z160. And that is 8.03. Wow, that is less than the much smaller Godox IM30. Let's hit that one more time. Just to see, because that is a huge flash. Same thing again, 8 3/10 of a stop. Wow, impressive. So with that round, we have a winner, and I am surprised. I would have really bet money that the big Neewer flash would have taken that one. But it was outdone by the much smaller Godox IM30. So the Godox IM30 will be our champion for the first round. Guys, now it is time for round 2 of our flash playoff. We're going to start this one off with the Zeniko ZF04. We are on full power. We're about 3 feet away. That was about our lowest so far. That's right at 2.0, and that is a little bitty flash. So that number don't surprise me a lot. This is probably the smallest of all the flashes. But if you want a small flash, that is the one to go with. Now we will go with the Neewer Z150. We had the older brother of this one in the other contest. We had the Z160. So let's see what the 150 can do. We've got it on full power. And here we go. Here we go. F11.5. And that's a pretty good reading. That's actually stronger than the Z160. Interesting. So the Z150 has a little bit more output than the Neewer Z160. You never know. That's why we do these things. And now we're up to a bigger flash. This is the Godox IA 32. We will put it on, turn it on, get it to full power, and give it a shot. So far this round, the Neewer Z150 is winning. And the Godox IA 32 gave us 8.09. Not bad, but not what the Neewer Z150 was doing. Now this next flash is so much more than just a flash. It is a mini flash, but it is the Godox IT30. It works in TTL. It works as a transmitter. You can basically replace your X3 with it. It's just insane what this thing will do. So we're gonna go manual, full power. All right, so you're 1/1 on power. This is the Godox IT30. I'm interested to see what this one will do because it will do so much. Full power. Oh, 8.09, that's the same as the last one. Let's check that again, make sure I hit the right button. 8.09. And that time we got F11. That's really good for a flash because that is a super small flash too. So the winner of the second round will be the Neewer Z150, surprisingly. And then the Neewer from the first round was the IM30, which didn't surprise me a whole lot, even though it was smaller than the other one. That has been a really well talked about flash. So in our showdown, we'll showcase those two and see which one wins. Okay guys, so I think we had some surprising results. On one hand, the Neewer Z150 outdid the Z160. And in the other hand, the Godox IM30 outdid the much bigger Godox IA32. So you just never know what you're going to get. That's why I like to do these little tests to see what it actually is versus just what the specs say or the size of something is. Now, our lowest performer was the Zeniko ZF04, but it's no surprise. That is just a tiny little flash, and it only gave us an F2. But it's one of the much cheaper, much smaller. So if you're looking for just something super small, this may be the way to go. But we are going to do in the next video, we're going to show these two against each other again to decide our winner. We're going to try them at 3 feet, we're going to try them at 5 feet, and then we're going to look at the cost and see which one gives us the most bang for our buck and offers us the most. So the Godox IM30 gave us almost an F11. And the Z150 gave us an 11.5, which was just shocking. But anyway, guys, I think that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of nerdy. I like doing stuff like that. So, but the next video, we will declare a winner. But this way, you got to see all the flashes working with the light meter. They were all at the same distance, all set to full power to see what the output was for each one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any of these flashes, let me know what you think. And I'm curious to see which one's going to win on these two. So let me know, the Godox IM30 or the Neewer Z150, which one will be our winner overall. So I appreciate it. And this next video will be out in just a couple of days. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys have a great day. Thank you.